Good evening to a late edition of Giants Roundup as the Giants lose in 12 innings tonight, 5-3. You can follow on Facebook on the Join the Cricket Kite page on Facebook. Follow Giants Roundup on Twitter. And the best thing you could do is please be kind and hit that subscribe button. And yeah, it was not a good, but there was some good, there was some bad from this game. It's probably the best outing we've seen out of Jeff Samardzija this season since returning from injury. Really good. Yeah, really good outing out of Samardzija. I'll take it. Samardzija goes 6 2/3, allows 3 earned, walk three strikeouts. Good enough. I'd say that's a good enough line. Probably one of his better games since returning from injury. And maybe this could be a moment. Hopefully, this will shift the momentum for him, and hopefully things get better. But he did have a rocky first inning where he did first and second innings. He ended up. And that's where the bad inning was the second inning, where Castro doubled and scored Desmond and Story. He walked us Desmond, and that came back to bite him. And that was a common theme in tonight's game. Is the majority of these walks came back to haunt the pitchers. And then Bettis singles to center to score Castro. That was 3-0 Rockies. Then in the bottom of the third, Hernandez sacrifices to score Jackson, make it 3-1. And then Bell with what was originally called a double until replay. Then it hit the railing upon further review, so it was turned into a bye-bye baby. So we had a tied ball game. We had free baseball. Both of the starters were pretty good tonight. Chad Bettis went 6 strong, 3 earned, 5 strikeouts. Not a bad line. Both bullpens were pretty good tonight until we got to Pierce Johnson. Pierce Johnson takes the loss tonight, and he essentially started the rally for free in the 12th inning by walking. So his walks were not good either. He managed to walk the bases loaded. He walked Iannetta. He walked Blackman, and Arenado was walked it, and that was not a bad walk there. And then they come to score, and those earned runs go to Pierce Johnson. He gets 2 earned. His ERA now is ballooned to 5.32. And then Corey Guerin just could not get the job done either. He allowed the inherited runners to score. But also, though, too, Cargo beat him at his own game in that one. And that ended up being the difference maker. But then in the bottom of the 12th inning, Crawford earned his second ejection of the season on a strike that was, at that height, it's been called a ball for most of the night. He gets struck out on it, and he definitely did have a right to argue, and him and Bochy get ejected. That's only Brandon Crawford's second ejection of his career. And usually Brandon Crawford's not one to argue or complain. But the inconsistency of the strike zone definitely was a problem tonight. And Bochy got his 63rd career ejection. And at some point, you're going to see but with pace of play becoming a key emphasis in Major League Baseball, I would not be surprised if maybe as early as next season we start seeing automatic fines and possibly even suspensions for arguing with the umpires to try to improve the pace of play. You could see something very similar to what the NBA does, where if you accumulate so many technicals, or say get so many ejections, demerit points, you earn a 1 game suspension. Same thing, or that could really discourage the umpires if there's the threat of a suspension after so many ejections. But certainly the umpire was just too inconsistent tonight. But yeah, if you're going to call, you have to be consistent with your strike zone. You want to be a good umpire. So I don't blame Bochy. I really don't blame him going out there and getting ejected. That you got to be consistent with your strike zone. I'm kind of curious. I want to kind of want to see who umpired tonight. All right, Chris Segal. So yeah, Chris Segal, one of the younger umpires in the MLB, and I think this is I don't, but yeah, Chris Segal's not has not been in the MLB too long. And there's a lot of the older umpires now starting to retire, so there is a lot of new umpires being ushered in and stuff. So yeah, Chris Segal, he's only his fourth season being an umpire. But yeah, Segal needs to be more consistent with his strike zone. And this was something that maybe back in the old days when you used to have AL and NL umpires, you really knew where their strike zone was. Whereas now it's all one Major League Baseball umpiring crew instead of having the umpiring crews separated between the AL and the NL. You don't have as much familiarity with each umpire strike zone. But this loss is half of it's on the umpire tonight. You do have to be consistent. But the problem is now with MLB wanting games to end faster, I could see a situation, as like I said, as early as next year, you see players start getting fined or suspended for going out and arguing with the umpire, or at least automatic fines. And I think that could really be the future. But now the Giants fall to 22 and 23 on the season. The Rockies go to 24 and 20 and get some separation. The Giants are now 4 back, and the Rockies are just a game and a half back of the D backs at 24 and 20. So they definitely need to get a win tomorrow with yeah, Derek Holland needs to definitely play good baseball tomorrow night. Like I said, he'll be up against Kyle Freeland, so this could be a good outing. Freeland's 3-4 with a 3.42 ERA. So that's something certainly. I think also we are going to see Probably Nick Hundley be in the squat tomorrow. And it's imperative for Holland to eat some innings with the bullpen possibly being gassed. Arenado was 2 for 5 tonight. So I'd like to see the pitching need to be a skosh better tomorrow. Gerardo Parra goes 2 for 6. Trevor Story 2 for 6. Brandon Belt 2 for 5. He hits his 10th home run of the year. I certainly think this could be finally the year that we see Brandon Belt hit 20 home runs, barring any injuries. He went 0 for 4. McCutcheon 0 for 5. Longoria 0 for 4. Crawford 1 for 5. You need more production, especially with the rotation being as bad as it is right now. The bats just need to be a skosh better tomorrow if they want any hope of winning. But I think we'll kind of want to speed it up here as it's late. Let's go to the MLB Roundup for today. Oh, also some good news. Looks like next week we are going to see Mark Melancon start a rehab assignment next week. So we don't know which the exact day he starts his rehab assignment, but he will be going on a rehab assignment about the same time, around the same time Madison Bumgarner is. So we're starting to get reinforcements back. That's going to be really good news there. But Samardzija definitely carry that momentum into the next game. Maybe get the strikeouts up a skosh. But this was probably one of Samardzija's better games this season thus far. And maybe starting to get his sea legs. So that's really encouraging. It's definitely encouraging after tonight's game that. But the other problem tonight was not just the walks, but the errors. The Giants committed. Longoria had a throwing error, and then Albie had one. I think we might see Miguel Gomez play second tomorrow night for the Giants. And I'd like to see what Gomez can provide, if he's got any hope or not, or if he's possibly a trade chip for a back end starter. I think we could tie a bow to this game. Time to head into tomorrow and try to rattle off a win. Let's go to the MLB Roundup. As tonight, the LA Dodgers earlier today beat the Miami Marlins 7-0. Anti Maeda pitches 8 scoreless innings for the Dodgers, while Caleb Smith 4 earned runs in 3 innings pitched. Justin Turner has his best game since returning from the disabled list, going 3 for 4. Matt Kemp goes 3 for 4. Yasiel Puig 2 for 3 with his 3rd home run of the season. And Junichi Tazawa gives up 3 earned runs in 1 inning pitched. And now the Dodgers improve to 17-26 on the season. And the Pirates beat the Padres tonight 5-4. Your winning pitcher Edgar Santana, your losing pitcher Matt Strom. And Chad Kuhl gets roughed up for 4 earned and 4 1/3 innings pitched for Pittsburgh. Eric Lauer gets roughed up 2 for 4 earned runs, so it was equal opportunity employer today. And Strom gives up the game losing run in an unearned fashion. And tonight, the boys across the bay, the Oakland A's, go to Toronto and just beat up on Toronto tonight 10-5. Your winning pitcher, former Giant Yosmero Petit. Your losing pitcher, Aaron Sanchez, who gives up 4 earned runs in 4 innings pitched. Andrew Trigg leaves the game early with an injury, and that's not good news. Maybe Pricey Kendall Graveman back up with the A's, who's been trying to battle his mechanics. And it was even worse with Sang Hwang Oh giving up 3 earned and 2/3 of an inning pitched. Former A John Axford, 2 earned in 1 inning pitched. Ryan Dole gives up an earned run in 2/3 of an inning pitched. Former Giant Santiago Casilla, not a good night for him. 3 earned runs in 2 innings pitched. But the home runs were working tonight for the A's, with Chris Davis hitting his 13th home run of the season for the Oakland A's. And I think that leads the majors, right? Leads the MLB in home runs. Matt Olson with a home run tonight. Matt Chapman, 3 for 4 at the home run. So the A's bats were working tonight. And now the A's are 22-22 in a very stacked AL West, 5.5 games back behind Houston, with the Angels 2.5 back and the Mariners 3 back. So that's going to be very competitive in the AL West. The Red Sox beat the Orioles 6-2. Your winning pitcher, yes, the price is David. The price was right, Davey. Your losing pitcher was Kevin Gausman. Mookie Betts goes 3 for 4 for the Red Sox. And JD Martinez hits his 13th home run of the year for the Red Sox. Xander Bogaerts 2 for 4 with his 6th home run of the season. Manny Machado hits his 14th home run of the season. And at this point, the Orioles are going to get a nice haul back for Manny Machado. And Gausman gives up 6 earned in 4 2/3 innings pitched. David Price pitches a complete game, 2 earned, not too bad. And in St. Louis tonight, the Phillies beat the Cardinals 6-2. Your winning pitcher, Vince Velasquez, who pitches 6 1/3 scoreless innings. The loser is Luke Weaver, who gives up only an earned run in 7 innings pitched. Jose Martinez goes 3 for 4 for the Cardinals. Francisco Pena, the backup for Yadier Molina, goes 3 for 4. Cesar Hernandez 2 for 5. Odubel Herrera 2 for 4. Carlos Santana hits his 8th home run of the season. And now that batting average is getting closer to 200 at 195. Luke Weaver an earned run in 7 innings pitched. Jordan Hicks 3 earned runs without recording an out. Then the bullpen gives up 2 earned, 1 earned from Yaxel Rios without recording an out. Luis Garcia an earned run in 2/3 of an inning pitch for Philly, as Philadelphia is now 25-16 on the season. The White Sox beat the Rangers 4-2. Your winning pitcher, Luis Avila, and your losing pitcher, Jose Leclerc. Juan Moncada goes 3 for 4 with a double. And Leclerc gives up 4 unearned runs and blows a good performance out of Doug Fister, who could be a trade chip for the Rangers. And Jake Shields, I definitely think Jake Shields is looking like somebody who could have trade value at the deadline for somebody like the Oakland A's, who could use a veteran starter to make a playoff push. Shields looked great tonight. 8 strikeouts, 3 walks in 7 1/3 innings. But I think somewhere like the A's would be a good home for James Shields. as we approach closer to the trade deadline. And the Rays pound the Angels tonight 7-1. Your winning pitcher, Chris Archer. Your losing pitcher, Tyler Skaggs. Daniel Robertson goes 2 for 2 for the Rays. Johnny Field 3 for 4. And former Giant prospect Christian Arroyo goes 2 for 5 tonight for the Rays. Former Giant Denard Span hits his 4th home run of the season. Shohei Ohtani hits his 6th home run of the season for the Angels. Archer 6 2/3 scoreless innings tonight. His ERA falls to 5.01. Skaggs, hard luck loser tonight. 1 earned run in 6 innings pitched. Jim Johnson comes in 4 runs, 3 earned in 1/3 of an inning pitched. The Tigers beat the Mariners 3-2. Your winning pitcher Warwick Saupold. Your losing pitcher Nick Vincent. Nicholas Castellanos goes 2 for 5. Guillermo Heredia 3 for 4. Matt Boyd 9 strikeouts in 6 innings pitched tonight. And Vincent gives up 2 earned in 2/3 of an inning pitched. Marco Gonzalez an unearned run in 5 innings pitched. And the Cubbies and Braves were postponed tonight due to rain. And tonight down in AAA,
GMC Acadia, like a pro. Current
the Fresno Grizzlies beat the El Paso Chihuahuas tonight 9-7. Your Tyler White goes 2 for 3. Antonio Nunez goes 3 for 4, and Tony Kemp gets the call up to the Houston Astros. I wish him a lot of luck out in Houston. Matt Ramsey picks up the win for the Grizzlies. Your losing pitcher Colton Brewer. Josh James 10 strikeouts in 5 innings pitched. So there's definitely still some prospects coming out of the Astros pipeline at this point. And Fresno's now 25-16 on the season. And the River Cats lose to the Bees 12-11. Your winning pitcher is Akil Morris. John Lamb only goes 3 1/3 for the Bees, 6 earned runs. Matt Gage 7 runs, 4 earned in 3 1/3 innings pitched. And it looks like Joshua Osich returns to Sacramento after being activated on the
Ben & Jerry's. We mix ingredients you love, any way you slice it.
after returning from the disabled list. And Ray Black, 2 strikeouts in 1 inning pitched. Much better outing out of Black tonight after making his AAA debut last week. So hopefully Ray Black can shine in Sacramento here the next few months and can earn himself a call up in September. Well, it's going to conclude tonight's show. It's kind of condensed. I'm trying to wrap everything up before I go to bed, but everybody have a good night, get some sleep. Try to dream of a Giants victory tomorrow. I won't be on air the next couple days. I am going to be out at Grizzly Fest at Woodward Park. It's a pretty big festival here in Fresno, so I'm going to be out there. I will definitely be back on Sunday after, and hopefully we can at least, if we can get a split out of this series, I'll be happy with that. But it's just time to wax on, wax off. Good night.